welcome back. You are listening to Five Picks and a Chick featuring El Gato. This is a podcast that gives you 5 NFL picks for people who love football and friendly wagering. Hey, El Gato, like I said last week, some call it betting. What do we call it?
Entertainment.
And bonding. And bonding.
And bonding.
bonding.
I had the script here, but I didn't look that way.
Next time, be a little more prepared. No, I'm joking. Hey, today
I've got one job.
You got one job, El Gato. You got one job. One job. Call it bonding. Hey, today we are joined by two special guests. We've got Rudy and Mr. Parlay. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I want to apologize to everybody. I normally like to dress attire. It's Desi Says for all the Mexicans out there. But I got a real busy today juggling my parlay balls. So you know how it goes.
Hey, last week, El Gato, you and I did pretty good. I went 3-2 and you went 4-1. It's not too bad to start out with.
Yeah, not too bad. We all picked some good games. We had some close losses, right? We were talking about that before we came on, but we've always said that's the way the league is. It's a couple of plays here and there, and it can go either way. That's why this league is so tight. The spreads are tight. The over-unders, are what they are.
Yeah.
But all it takes is a few plays either way. But we did a good job considering it was week one, which is usually the toughest. Week 1 and 2 kind of tough, but overall we did a good job.
Yeah. And the game you won and I lost was the same game, and you won it by a hook. I lost it by a hook. So anyway, hey, my first game is going to be Tampa getting 2.5, and they're playing in Houston Texans. Last week, both teams were on the road. So Tampa won a close game. Houston lost a close game. I'll take the team that won getting the points. What are your thoughts on this game, Rudy?
Yeah, Tampa Bay. I feel like they definitely squeaked that one out for sure. A lot of it's contributed to the Falcons kicker. But Baker Mayfield looked really good. Their rookie receiver, Abuka, he looked amazing, and I think they'll look real good, especially at home too. So I like that spot too.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Parlay?
Well, I think I also will go with Texans to cover. Is that right?
No.
Y'all are going the other way, aren't y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the Texans to cover on this one actually, and. Looking at, the last meetup with them was in 2023. It looks the spread was covered, the over was covered. So I know it's 2 years difference, but looking at some of that history, I'll just go that route.
All right. What are your thoughts on this game, El Gato?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tampa as well. The Texans' offense was very lackluster last week against the Rams. Defensively, they played well enough to win. Offensively, they just couldn't put up any points, and that's going to be an issue. Their O-line, I think, is the weak spot on the team. They're going to have to shore that up if they're going to be able to compete in that division. Tampa, on the other hand, they've got Baker Mayfield. He came through in the clutch like he's done so many times on that last drive, especially throughout the game. He was struggling a bit. But to Rudy's point, he's found another wide receiver to get the pressure off of Evans. So if that tandem can get going this next game and then throughout the season, they're going to be a problem. So I'm going to go with Tampa on this one, getting points plus 2.5. They played a lot better in week one. Texans need to button some things up.
Yeah, I think Tampa's going to do well this season. Hey, Alex, do you have a second pick for us?
Yeah, I do. I kind of like the Dolphins-Patriots game. I know that the Dolphins got blown out last week. I'm hoping that's an anomaly, but I think they come back and cover against the Patriots here this week. So hoping for the best. I think Tua's still there as long as he doesn't get concussed. I think one more concussion and he's out for the year, for not let's say the year, for his career.
Yeah.
But definitely I like where the Dolphins are sitting right now.
All right. Hey, El Gato, what are your thoughts on this game?
Miami really struggled last week against the Colts. They almost no-showed that game, which is rare for an NFL team, especially week one. Come on. It's the start of the season and you no-show in week one. So that's kind of a concern right off of the gate.
Yeah.
Patriots last week, I thought, they were going to come through and and beat the Raiders. But the Raiders, showed up. Geno Smith did what he had to do, and the defensive line for the Raiders held up. Drake May made some plays, not enough plays though. But I think this week though, he'll make the plays that he needs to make. I'm talking about Drake May now, and I think with Patriots getting 1.5, game 2, it's a get right game for them when they feel they should have won game 1. I think the Patriots are a good spot right here at +1.5. Patriots.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Rudy, what are your thoughts on this game? I know you like the Patriots.
I love the Patriots, and I love the Patriots this week too. I think Daniel Jones got a new nickname too last week for beating the Dolphins, called Indiana Jones.
Oh wow. Wow.
But and then Tua turn it over is terrible. So I think I trust Mike Vrabel a little bit more to button things up than I do Mike McDaniel in this spot at least.
That's a good point.
Drake May totally forgot that he's mobile. He's a fast white guy. I guess he forgot that last week, but Geno Smith looked really good. He tore up the Patriots secondary. I think Christian Gonzalez comes back next week, which is the Patriots cornerback 1. So I think the Patriots can cover pretty easily on this one.
All right. I'm going with Miami -1. Both teams, like y'all said, struggled last week. But this game is in South Florida in September when it's still hot. So I think Patriots might not play as well. So Dolphins, I think, will wear down the Patriots in the fourth quarter. So I'm taking Miami -1. All right. Rudy, you got a third pick for us?
Yes. I don't know if the line's moved or not, but when I saw it last, I got the Eagles -1 against the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they looked pretty bad last week, especially with Xavier Worthy going out on the first play.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Xavier Worthy was talking too much to Taylor Swift, try to take him out or something. I heard he's practicing already this week though, so I mean, I don't know how long he'll be out, but I don't really trust the Chiefs again against the Eagles. The Eagles defense is solid. The Eagles offense is pretty solid. I think Saquon Barkley definitely has a big game this week, and I think the Eagles can cover.
What are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Parlay?
Yeah, I like the Eagles. I really think there's going to be a lot of hype around this because of the Super Bowl, and I think the Eagles are just going to come, and it won't be a rubber stamp; it'll be a solid stamp on making sure that it just wasn't a fluke. So I think the Eagles are coming into Kansas City and really to light it up in their home turf.
Yeah.
So we'll see hopefully it goes that way. But I'll back the Eagles on this one to cover.
What about you, Elgato?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. At -1, the Chargers really exposed the Chiefs for a week 1 game, in almost all phases of the game. Defensively, the Chargers shut them down in the run game. Herbert did what he did to expose the Chiefs secondary. Chargers were also able to run. Chargers really played an overall good game. They're going to come against a more elite Eagles team. Defensively, the Eagles are more solid, I think, than the Chargers. That's going to pose problems for Mahomes again, like they exposed them in the Super Bowl. And then the run game with Saquon, the offensive line of the Eagles, and then some very durable receivers that Hurt can throw to. I mean, 1 is maybe a little -1, a little too low, but it's going to be a competitive game, maybe a 4-point game, 7-point tops, but I'll take the Eagles on this one.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on this one. Chiefs struggled last week, and now they're without 2 wide receivers, Worthy and Rice. Last week, like y'all said, they squeaked out the win against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys really should have won that game.
Yep.
So, I think it's going to be another close game, but I like the Eagles to cover on this game. All right, Elgato, do you have a fourth pick for us?
I do. I've got a couple of games here. I've got Denver with the Colts, and Denver is -2. Denver played the Titans last week, struggled offensively. Bo Nix, had a slow start, but defensively, Denver is just it's got really all the pieces there to shut another team down. Now, with the Colts winning as convincingly as they did, was that because they're more improved this year, or just because the Dolphins didn't show up? I'm going to say the Dolphins didn't show up. Denver will. Defense travels. Bo Nix will maybe improve in game 2. That Denver has that solid offensive line to run the ball. I'm going to take Denver at -2. That's a good spot for them. I'm going to keep going with Denver this year until they prove me wrong.
All right. What are your thoughts on this game, Rudy?
Yeah, I think Denver is definitely the play. The defense looked really, really good against, I mean, a rookie quarterback, but the rookie quarterback Cam Ward, he didn't look too bad. I think his receivers let him down last week, but Denver, like Elgato said, defense travels really well. That defense was, I think, top 2 last year.
Mhm.
So I mean, I don't really trust I don't trust Danny Dimes and the offense to do what they did last week again. So especially against the top tier defense. So I like the Broncos a lot.
Hey, what are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Parlay?
I do like what you guys are talking. Denver to cover. They played twice in 2024 against the Colts. They won both games, and against the spread, they won. So yeah, I do think that that pattern continues into this year.
All right. All right, on this game, hey, I think Denver's going to play better than last week. After last week, they committed 4 turnovers against the Titans. So I think that they'll probably kind of clean that up. So Denver will play better. I think they're going to cover that -2. Indy blew out a struggling Miami team, but this is going to be a little bit like a step up in competition against the Broncos. So I'm going to go with the Broncos -2 in this game.
Very good.
All right, Elgato, you got a 5th pick for us?
I do. Game of the week, game of the night. I got Washington playing the Packers. And wow, did the Packers show up in week 1, completely annihilating, a good Lions team, or we thought they were a good Lions team. I know, Angela, you've got the Packers advancing deep, making a deep playoff run. They looked impressive. They outplayed the Lions in every phase of the game. They kept the receivers in check. The run game that normally Detroit relies on was just non-existent. The Packers D-line just took it to the Lions offensive line, and that is the strength of the Lions. I don't know what happened last week, but the Packers really gave it to them. Washington, they struggled a little bit with the Giants, but it's week 2. Jaden Daniels, I think, is going to make some improvements. I think maybe, I don't know if they held a little bit back last week. Normally NFL teams don't do that, but they knew it was a short week. Maybe they didn't want to throw out the complete playbook. But the Packers are going to have to deal with Jaden Daniels. He's going to be able to move around in the pocket. He's not going to be like Goff, who just can't go anywhere other than maybe a few yards on either side of the center.
Yeah.
And that, I think, will be a difference on how Washington covers this game. I still think the Packers win, but Washington at 3.5, I'm expecting a touchdown field goal type of last possession late 4th quarter game. So I'll go with Washington plus 3.5.
What are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Parlay?
Well, I tell you, this is an interesting one because I really like the Commanders. They are getting 3.5, right? I think last check.
Yes.
All right. So the reason why I like the Commanders, this is only the 4th time these two teams meet in 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
The against the spread was covered last time, but more importantly is I know the Green Bay look outstanding. I mean, Michael Parsons even playing hurt. I mean, but when you go to the injury list and you look at the injury list on the Commanders, it is 0 blank.
Good point.
All their number ones are playing. That tells me they can go deep, right, into the 3rd, 4th quarter and still be solid. With injuries, Packers have I think 10 players on their injury list. So that means once you start getting worn down a little bit, that means you can't go so deep anymore. So I kind of like the Commanders on this one at plus 3.5 going forward.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this game, Rudy?
Give me the Packers.
All right.
I hear everything that you guys are saying, but give me the Packers. I mean, they dismantled a 15-win Lions team last week.
Yeah.
Jared Goff got chased down by Michael Parsons for his first sack. He looked like a helpless gazelle getting chased on Animal Channel or Animal Planet.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
So I mean, they completely shut down the Lions offense. They did switch coordinators on both sides, so I mean, got to give them a little bit of a break. But The Packers look good. I mean, Jordan Love looked great. The Commanders, they kind of struggled a little bit last. I mean, this final score doesn't show what the game really looked like.
Yeah.
I think the Commanders struggled a little bit against the Giants, which is tough to say. So I definitely like the Packers here tonight. I like the over better than anything else, but I definitely like the Packers to cover.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you know, on that game, I think Parsons came out. He wanted to make a point, and I
Oh yeah,
think he did it.
big time.
Yeah. You know, I know that the Packers played well when they beat the Lions, but I'm gonna still go with Washington getting points. Packers are my team. Like Elgato said, you know, I saw the rankings. It's Eagles, Packers. I love that. But yeah, I'm still going to go with Washington in this one, plus 3.5. Jaden Daniels, I love him. I think he's going to be a really, really good quarterback for the Commanders this year. They outgained the Giants by 200 yards last week, and they held them to 6 points. So I'm going to go with the Commanders here.
I love it.
All right. Hey, you know, we got Mr. Parlay with us. I know usually we do the lock of the week, and I think we can still do that, but let's see if Mr. Parlay has a parlay for us.
Yeah, let's do the parlay this week, okay?
Yeah.
I do like everything that was said today. So I think in a friendly manner for real deep bonding and entertainment.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'm talking deep, deep. I think I would take the Eagles to cover. I do like Tampa Bay to cover. I do like the Broncos to cover. And I have to go with this is a tough one for me, but I do still think the Dolphins to cover.
Wow.
You're gonna go with
Okay.
a four-teamer.
A four-teamer. Small,
Wow.
small, small,
Yeah.
small,
Just
small.
friendly wagering. Just
Friendly stuff.
friendly
Wager
wagering.
for entertainment
Yeah.
purposes only.
Entertainment and now we have a new term called bonding.
Bonding. We're bonding this year. It's
That's
bonding.
that's a good part. The risky one you feel though is the Miami game. That's the one you're
Yeah, that's the one that really I'm risking because even if I was to skip that one and throw the Packers Commanders, boy, we are so split between us and the Packers and
yeah.
Commanders that I still really think Jaden Daniels and Kingsbury OC there will light it up. I really do. And I get Micah Parsons, but Jaden Daniels just a little bit faster than Goff. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so why don't you do a 3 team and also a 4 team, and then you
That's not bad. That's not
yeah.
bad. We'll have to think about that one.
Yeah. Under advisement.
Hey, Elgato, you have a lock of the week. It looks like we have a little bit of time here.
Yeah, my lock of the week, I'm gonna go with Denver at -2 with the Colts. I think they can manage the -2. I was gonna pick the money line on this one, but I think there's more value or a little bit more value at -2. All they have to do is win by a field goal and maybe a touchdown game. I think Denver will play the field position game to a T and be able to cover that. So Denver -2, lock of the week.
Lock of the week. Hey, any final thoughts, Elgato?
Well, it's week 2. I'm already sad because week 1 came and went.
You won't
No,
see
but
that
seriously,
week
no.
one for a year.
Yeah, we're waiting but no, seriously, we're gonna have a good NFL week 2, the way they always are. I imagine we're gonna, whoever has the NFL red zone, they're gonna be watching a lot of exciting red zone plays, where the team can either push it in for the touchdown or have to settle for a field goal, and then you look at the end of the box score and what the over under is and what the spread is, and then you'll find out which teams, are coming
Legit.
through, are legit. So yeah, it's going to be another exciting week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Parlay? Any final thoughts? Quick.
Not on the NFL, but the college football. Exciting stuff on Saturday. Big game again. Get them ready. So yeah, really exciting. I'm all excited because Thursday's occupied, Friday's occupied, Saturday's occupied, Sunday's occupied, Monday's occupied. It's just
Love
great
it.
to be back in the football season.
Love it. What about you, big dog Rudy?
Yep, definitely super excited that the NFL season's back. Coming into October, we get playoff baseball. basketball, college football, regular football. I mean, we got everything. So
Everything.
we're coming into a great season. No, that's pretty much about it, actually. Take Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown every week until he doesn't. Scored 9 straight.
Hey,
It sounds like you might have a little bit of a wager on that. huh?
Hey, anyone? Is that one of your prop bets, Rudy?
That is
Jacob scoring at least 1.5. I mean,
one
over
touchdown.
1.5.
Wow.
Just one touchdown.
Just
Just one
one.
touchdown.
Right.
Any touchdown, running or
Any
passing,
touchdown.
or receiving. I mean,
Nice.
Until he
Nice.
doesn't.
Until he doesn't. He scores 9. He made it last week. He made it 9 straight.
Nice. All right. Thanks to our listeners for listening to 5 Picks and a Chick. Hit the subscribe and like button on our YouTube channel. Thanks to Rudy and Mr. Parlay for being with us.
thank y'all.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck this weekend, guys, and for our listeners as well. And if not, if you don't have good luck, we're going to be here next week. We had a winning record last week. We'll be here next week, so maybe you can join us for some new picks. And as always, thank you to El Gato for being part of 5 Picks and a Chick. 1, 2, 3. Bet. That's a wrap, guys.
That's a